As we continue here on Newsmax Prime, we mentioned it earlier in our program, some possible good news for Donald Trump, as a member of the RNC Rules Committee was speaking earlier today saying that with 1,100 delegates, that sets the stage for a Trump win on the first ballot. So what about that? Let's ask that same member of the RNC, Randy Evans, who joins us via FaceTime from Atlanta. Randy, let me drill down on this thing with you. 1,100 delegates. Why? Because it's so close to what's needed? Or will there be a rules change?
No, I think you still have to have 1237 no matter what. So you have to get to 1237. It's just my experience in the scenarios that we run all reflect that he should be able to cobble together the extra 137 delegates, because there'll be about 150 to 200 delegates floating around that are unbound. He should be able to make it if he hits the 1,100 mark.
Glenn Downs stayed with me here on the anchor desk. Glenn, of course, the former chief of staff to Congressman Walter B. Jones of North Carolina, Reagan delegate to the 76th convention. You hear the scenario Randy is laying out, and I guess the southern term would be staying within spitting distance. You get to 1,100, then you can wind this up. I don't know, with unattached delegates, or I guess it does set the stage for somebody to make a deal with a Governor Kasich or with a Senator Rubio.
Well, obviously, listen, in past conventions, if you get within spitting distance, everybody concedes. It's like a gimme when you're playing golf and the putting. This is not other situations. The powers that be in Washington, and some of my old colleagues and friends on Capitol Hill, just despise the idea of Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. So they'll do what they can, but we'll find out if, in that kind of scenario, what kind of deal maker Mr. Trump really is.
Well, let's ask Randy, since he's there as part of the RNC. Do you sense an enmity, a real dislike of the Donald?
I think there are some. I think there are some who would do anything to keep him from being the nominee. I think there are those who are totally devoted to him. The real question is, are there party leaders, say a party chairman with a large delegation of unbound delegates, who says, I'd like to see my senator be your running mate? In those situations, it's pretty easy to cobble together 137 votes.
Well, it definitely sets the stage and makes it very interesting for the convention. So we hear Randy set up the historical scenario. And I'm just wondering if you talked to Glenn Downs about the Washington establishment and the hesitancy there. Are there Trump-friendly states around the union where you could find those unbound delegates and make the deal that Randy suggests?
Well, he laid out a pathway for making such a deal, and it's possible. Donald Trump has fallen a little bit behind in procedures here because, like a lot of people who go from business into politics, they think their success is going to translate over a little more quickly and easily than it does. But he's also been, when he's stumbled and gotten behind, he's been a great learner, and he's managed to put some good people around him. So he's done that again, and if you'll listen to him, it's possible under that scenario that could work.
So Donald Trump is a quick study, and Glenn, you and I have mentioned this before, the fact that he has so many different resort locations around the country. You could imagine that he might, and I guess this is all legal in terms of hunting delegates. You have a big seminar and a day for golf down at Doral or Trump National. Bring in the folks and influence them. Randy, you're the lawyer. That's not against the law, is it, in terms of pursuing the party nomination?
It is not against the law. In fact, the only thing that's against the law is a quid pro quo, which is to say, I will give you X if you promise to do Y. Absent a quid pro quo, there are no limits. So it's kind of like going to the Oscars, where you get this huge gift bag. The beauty is, if you're an unbound delegate, you get a really big gift bag.
Well, that's interesting. Listen, Randy, we really appreciate your time via FaceTime from Atlanta. Having a little trouble with the transmission, but it came through loud and clear, inviting people to nice locations to persuade them. Ain't nothing illegal about it. The very persuasive Glenn Downs, we appreciate your perspective as well, and we can see what might turn out here. So I'm interested in your perspective. You probably get more than just a fruit basket, huh? If you were one of those unbound delegates, why don't you let me know what you think? Send your comments to me, newsmaxtv.com/comments, or via Twitter @Newsmax Prime. Coming back to talk more politics with another panel.